Coming to you every week from no place in particular. This is the Forever Road podcast, featuring Bosco. He's a music lover, a historian, and a connoisseur of the obscure. Find us on some great platforms like iHeart, Spotify, and even more as we keep growing. Now, pointed down the Forever Road, here's Bosco.
Oh, it's been a couple weeks now. Welcome to the best, worst thing you've never seen. Yes, I'm still using that line. I like it. I know it's been a couple weeks. I was down with COVID, or the after effects.
So how'd you two become friendly?
Would that be down with the sickness?
Well, it's better than the bodies hitting the floor.
Depends on what bodies.
Yeah, it's true. To become friendly, what do you mean?
Well, you're down with someone.
Yeah. Down with the after effects of COVID or the Rona. This video may be flagged. We don't know how things go now.
Well, no, right now you're okay. However, in the future, should opinions change about the sciences or whatever, then you may or may not be in trouble.
It has been. I'm trying to remember the last time we recorded. Anyway, it's been a couple weeks. And aside from work and playing video games, that's all I've done. Just work. Well, in other news, I guess Mrs. Bosco went back to work. Talking about work, she's okay. She got cleared to go back, so she's doing all good now. And I guess Turtle had to step away for a second. There he goes. And there he is. But today, joining me is the president and CEO of the Mother Cluckers, or the Brother Cluckers, MC. Is it Mother Cluckers?
It's Mother Cluckers.
Mother Cluckers. And Brother Turtle is with us, as always. He is present. I came across this, and a lot of people may not know about this movie, but I definitely don't think that it got the recognition that it should have, in my honest opinion. And that's why I brought Dan Atkinson back on, because he's a trucker. But it's a big movie, a movie I grew up watching off and on. I don't know how many times I've seen it. Everybody knows the song. If you know anything about any country music at all, you know the song Convoy. This movie stars Chris Christopherson, who is actually a legit country singer.
Well,
Allie, huh?
I said, well. Go ahead.
Allie McGraw.
Mad Sinclair, a.k.a. the Queen in Coming to America.
Yep. Well, in this one, she's Widow Woman.
She is.
I couldn't figure out whether that's what she was in Coming to America. I didn't put that together.
Yes, sir.
All right.
As soon as I looked up her name and seen her face, I said, that's who that is.
Got Cassie Yates. I don't think she's been in much. I know she's from Macon, Georgia. Aside from that, I don't know. Franklin, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to say AJ. It's AJAYE, AJ. Which everybody knows who if you recognize him, he was in Smokey and the Bandit. And then I thought I had his name down here, and for some reason it escapes me. Who else is in this movie, y'all?
Seymour Cassell.
Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah. Burt Young. I was trying to think of the name. Burt Young.
Oh, who's the guy who plays Spider Mike?
That's what I was talking about. Franklin AJ.
Gotcha.
Yeah, him too.
Whew. But Burt Young was played also in Rocky. He was Adrian's brother,
Paulie.
Which, if you look on the side of his truck in this movie, and this is a little, maybe a nod to that, but this is, when did Rocky come out?
Shit.
77?
76.
Yep.
So yeah, Rocky was before. Yeah, Rocky was before this. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm still kind of. I feel like I'm struggling with my voice, so bear with me, everyone.
That's okay. We've always struggled with your voice. Got him. Sorry.
But Burt Young played Paulie in Rocky, and on the side of his rig in this movie, it says Paulie Holly.
It's based out of Jersey.
Oh, was it?
Well, on the side of the truck, it said New Jersey.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't his character's actual name in the game Paulie anyways? They just called him Pigpen?
No, it was Love Machine, and they called him Pigpen for this haul because he had a whole lot of pork on his back.
Oh, that's right. He was hauling pigs. That's right.
Let's just say if someone wanted to bet on pork bellies, all they'd have to do is look in his trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Or the driver's seat.
He was hauling. It was Love Machine. His character was Bobby, but he went by Love Machine. But on that run, it was Pigpen. And poor Spider Mike was behind him.
Yeah, that was a Diamond T he was in, wasn't it? A day cab Diamond T with a
It had wheels on the front, and they go round and round.
You talking about Spider Mike's truck?
Yeah.
I meant to look that one up. That's the one I didn't.
And that was red. It was a day cab. I mean, no AC.
Man.
And they're in the desert. Now, don't be wrong. Dry heat's nice, but it's still hot. I mean, at least Widow Woman had an AC on the top of her truck. Well, until she really gave it a whole lot of AC.
Yeah, she gave it a little too much AC. His 63 Diamond.
Yeah, when they said make the windows bigger, she took it seriously.
With the air horn dead center of the top of the cab too. Just looking at pictures, images. So this scene opens up. Of course, anybody knows back in the day, this is during the times where Smokey and the Bandit had just been released. This is the early, very beginning days of the Dukes of Hazzard. This is back when those big films were, it was all about stunts and cars and trucks and action, where the cars and trucks were actually the heroes, part of the storyline. It wasn't just some truck that people were driving or whatever, but these rigs in this movie, these rigs were characters in the movie, just like the Bandits Trans Am was, the Dukes of Hazzard generally. Knight Rider. Yep.
Kit was an actual character, portrayed as an actual character. Whereas,
Yep.
And it even had
like in
Feeney.
Convoy, it wasn't obvious that the truck was a character. Because I didn't catch that until years later.
Yep. Certain things I had gone years since I was a kid. I think it was about 2009, maybe. About when Netflix started hitting off real big. In the early days of Netflix, when it started taking off, it was on Netflix. And I came to, I was at Mom and Daddy's house. When I came.
When you still got the disc?
No. This was all right when Netflix started going online.
Oh, wow. I just aged myself. That's great. Thought you were going to join the club.
But this was after the disc, but right when it was all, right when it went streaming. So I came to the living room and Daddy stopped me and goes, "Hey, look on TV." I looked over and there it was. I said, "Oh, I'm watching this." And I sat on, forget my plans. I ain't going anywhere. I'm right here. I'm this is where I'm at.
Transported yourself to Albuquerque, huh?
Mm-hmm. Albuquerque. So right off the top, let me cover a few things that I found kind of bothered me, man. Like I said in the beginning, that this movie didn't get the recognition that I thought it should have, and of course that may just be me. You know, everybody knows I'm a diesel mechanic. I love trucks, you know. So Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie 56%. 1978.
Oh.
This movie released June 28th, 1978. Box office results were 45 million US. I don't know what it said worldwide, but it was apparently a hit in Russia, to be honest with you.
Yes,
because the Russians,
they loved truckers.
They had a video game out in the 90s from Russia. It was awesome.
Really?
Not a convoy one, but they had a couple of trucking, and it was full of Russian heavy metal. It was great. By far one of my favorite video games ever for a computer.
You know, if for Convoy they would have cast Jerry Reed instead of Chris Christopherson, it would have gotten a lot more credit.
Well, going back to previous episodes, Chris Christopherson was more of the counterculture. And the theme line of this movie is that truckers were a part of the counterculture. So, by that way of thinking, he was perfect.
Nah, he was terrible for the movie.
He did all right.
No, I have yet to see any movie he did he was better musically than he was acting. I'm not saying he was a terrible actor. Obviously, he made plenty of money doing it, a hell of a lot more than I ever did. But in general, I can't pick any of his movies that were top-notch movies.
No?
Not a single one of them.
Other than Smoking the Bandit, name me another top-notch trucker movie.
No, he's not saying
I don't
that.
know.
He's talking about.
I don't know.
He's
I
talking
don't
about
know very
Chris
many trucker
Christopherson.
movies. I don't watch trucker movies. That's why I've only seen Convoy once. And I'm going based off of what I remember. Oh, give me a second.
Well, I mean, as far as trucker movies go, it's not bad. There's a plot. You know, it's... Can you picture anybody else playing the duck other than Chris Christopherson?
I was going to look that up, see if anybody... So I got a little quiz for you.
Okay.
Just one question. Which came first, the song or the movie?
Song.
Convoy. Yep. The song came out, and then a few years later, they made the movie out of it.
Yeah, because you figure the movie is literally just the song in movie form.
Right.
And there is actually a second version of this song that was done for the movie. It's considered the uncensored version, and in my opinion, it's the better version.
Hmm. According to this, I think he was the only one picked to play Rubber Duck.
Yeah, let's think about the storyline.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to say. This movie was about truckers, and from everything I've read, because I did a lot of research on this, I really wanted to give this um, a good shot, man, because I
Mhm.
really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I mean, if we're thinking about trucker movies, all right, let's think of. All right, here's a pop quiz for you. Name me another trucker movie that had a country music singer in a leading role.
I mean, other than Smoking the Bandit, none.
Wrong.
And I think we lost Turtle.
Black Dog.
Okay, we got some technical difficulties.
Well, he bumped out for a minute.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you
there
go.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah, just sent me a message. He had difficulties going on over there, but either way.
Well, the movie Black Dog, you remember that one?
Yep. When you
And
said
that
that,
had
yeah.
Randy Travis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was another one that was really good. Probably didn't get the recognition, but Patrick Swayze, Randy Travis is like, okay, you know, they might not, Randy Travis might not be a good actor, but he was good enough in the movie to do the job. So,
Yeah. Patrick Swayze, Randy Travis, Meatloaf.
yeah.
There's a couple other actors in that movie that you would recognize today.
Oh, one of the
And it had a pretty
Brady's.
decent soundtrack.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start off from the top. You know, you got Rubber Duck's cruising along. He runs up beside this girl in the XKE Jaguar. She's riding. Yeah.
She's passing.
riding along.
She's passing him.
Yeah.
Goes to pass him, and she goes to check her hair and slows down.
Yeah, she almost gets ran over. That's another thing, folks. Don't get in front of a truck and slow down.
It's if
Please.
you're gonna pass, that's fine. I got no problem if you're gonna pass me. Do it quickly. Don't hang out at the back trailer. Don't hang out there because sometimes it's hard to determine the distance if we're clear or not. And then when you pass, well, you got around me. That's fine, but stay about 2-3 mile an hour above what you think we were going, because my speed never changed. Yours did.
Yeah.
And now I got to slow down to accommodate you. Speedometers can be 2 mile an hour off. So if you're thinking I'm doing 2-3 under, I might be right at that number. And then you go and put yourself there, and now I'm slowing down for you. You know, this is one of those little PSA type deals. Anywho, during this whole ordeal, they're going back and forth because he gets to go around her because he doesn't want to be behind her no more. And don't get me wrong, good looking seat cover and all, but don't want to be behind her no more. And then this bear comes on the other way, runs him off the road, and you know, I'll give him this. He pulls over immediately. He doesn't make him go chase him. He just pulls over, gets his logbook out, and gets prepared for the reaming. And then, well, hey, I couldn't. She wanted to slow down, and then she wasn't wearing nothing.
Yeah.
No panties or nothing. Nothing. It just bingo sitting there.
So before we get ahead of ourselves, so I brought up a second ago. What came first, the movie or the song?
Mhm.
The song was released in 1975 by C.W. McCall, which we all know that's a pseudonym. C.W. McCall was a songwriter, country and western songwriter, and I guess that was his own personal C.B. handle. His real name, hang on, I'll get it for you.
Martin Penwald.
That'd be funny if it was. William Dale Fries Jr.
Yeah, good change to C.W. McCall.
Yeah, I mean, apparently he was a mayor of Ouray, Ouray, Ouray. Mayor of.
It's one of the Methodist.
Yeah, check that out. So the song came out in 1975. Number one on country and pop charts. 98 among the top 100 greatest country songs of all time. It spent 6 weeks at number one in the U.S. country charts. And what did I write there? Sometimes you just can't read your own handwriting.
Well,
Turtles.
you never know if you covered your notes in Just for Men like you did yourself this week.
Number one for 1 week on the pop charts. That's what it was. Number one. Y'all can't see this, but it's scribbled.
That's
Welcome
okay.
back,
we couldn't
Turtle.
read it if we could see it.
Turtle.
See your handwriting.
You wrote it. If you can't read it, what luck do we have?
I know. I have a halfway scribbled number sign, a 1. Never mind. Anyway,
It baffles me. A little off subject here, and I do apologize. It baffles me that we have all these ancient languages that nobody can decipher. Yet my elementary school teacher could read my handwriting. If I looked at it today, because I do have some stuff that my mother kept that I have for some ungodly reason kept myself of my handwriting from like first grade, there's no way in hell that teacher could actually read that shit.
Unless she, studied dead languages.
Well, obviously, but she didn't because she was an elementary school teacher, not a college professor. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, you never know. It's a dead language because you made it up and it died as it hit the paper.
Oh, so there's a plus to everything, huh? So we got all right, so back on track. We got number one for 1 week on the pop charts. Number one in Canada, believe it or not. Shout out to my boy Craig. Reached number 2 in the UK on their charts. And it definitely capitalized on the CB craze of the 70s. Which, like you said, we had this movie, Smokey and the Bandit, Moonrunners, The Dukes of Hazzard. What else movies came out during that time that were, along those same lines in that fun fact, the hood ornament on the Duck's truck is the same hood ornament on the car in the movie Death Proof. Same one.
Except that hood ornament, that hood emblem, has been stolen many, many times.
Oh, and you could order one if you find one. The duck.
I'm talking about the original one that was actually made specifically for the movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They had a problem with it getting stolen. Especially on some of the... There's this fellow over in Europe he was told not to put that on because it could get nicked, and he
Yeah.
did, and it did, and then they had to make him another one.
Duck hood ornament. Yeah, there it is. Angry rubber duck. That's cool, man.
Oh,
They want a lot of money. They
it's
are proud
free
of
on
that
YouTube
thing.
right now. Right now, this movie's free on YouTube. Actually, it's been that way for quite a minute, which
With
is nice.
commercials.
With
Unless of course you're paying for no commercials already, then there's no commercials.
Why do that?
you can get a chrome angry duck hood ornament for $17 online.
Or you can make your own.
Yes, if you have the skill set to do so.
I mean,
Or if you've
That's
ever
true.
watched an 80s movie where old ladies use ceramic. Which would be a lot of movies from the 80s to the early 90s.
would
Again, if you have the skill set to do so.
well, if you got a 3D printer, you can make almost anything.
I wouldn't make one out of a 3D print material. Going down the road, it just goes.
So if you're gonna 3D print one, why not make the rubber duck flipping people off?
Well, it's supposed to look angry, not here. Let me see. There we go.
Hey, here's something for you to look up. You know that song White Knight?
Yep, that's
No.
the duck.
Yep, $17 online.
Yep. Grab
No,
that.
no.
I can make you some out of steel. High carbon steel.
Nice.
If I
I'll
get
put
into
that
an
on front of
accident, that'll be the only thing that survives.
Yeah.
Just that little 4-inch square part of the hood and that duck just sitting in the middle of the road.
Bosco, let me ask you this. The song White Knight and this movie have something in common. Do you know what it is?
They're old and unappreciated.
Maybe.
Okay, what's that?
Well, the bear hops on the CB, tells the drivers, ain't no bears around. You clean and clear. So they start screwing it down. And all of a sudden, I'll be dipped. You got the bear sitting there waiting on them. Kojak with a Kodak and all. When they get their asses handed to them, financially speaking.
I'm not sure about the song White Knight. Who is, and I'm a music guy, and I'm going, what are you talking about?
That's the one where the cop is pretending to be somebody else. And he gets them to go there. He says, yeah, it's clear. Go ahead and bear the speedometer because there's no cops around.
White Knight, Cletus Maggard, and the Citizens Band. Cletus Maggard and the CBs, huh? Okay, then. 1976. Never heard it.
Never heard of her.
Nope. I had to listen to that one.
Well, their wallets were wrecked them. Damn near killed them.
I shouldn't put them that far in the pocket.
Well, sometimes you got to get that extra protection.
Yeah.
So along the timeline,
Shouldn't wreck them.
after Duck gets pulled over from the deputy, did you notice the car he was driving? The deputy was driving. Did you happen to notice what kind of vehicle they mostly used as cop cars in the movie?
Satellites.
Nope.
Or was it an AMC?
Bingo. Oh, AMC Matadors. Anybody don't know what those are? Look up. I'll pull it up real quick. AMC, they were largely used by the police force across the country in real life, not just on TV.
Yep, just watch out for the fellow with the horns and the red flag.
Yeah. You saw, oh, there's a Matador station wagon. Sorry, I squirreled bad too. For some reason, dude, I have
You
fascination.
looking on
with
Facebook
wagons,
Marketplace? God, now I gotta go look. Station wagons.
Matador Concord.
Oh, I saw a
mid-
Chevelle.
I'm telling you, a mid-engine station wagon drag racer, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh man, I squirreled bad about that. Sorry, y'all.
I
saw
know
that
a guy that's got an AMC sedan that's been mid-engine so far back. It's you literally ride in the back seat.
Here we go, y'all.
Well, that
Some
doesn't
of
make
that,
any
huh?
sense.
Huh?
That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well,
Why
it's
you
on
would
the
do
internet.
a mid-engine and still put the seats behind the engine?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's mid-engine because it's behind the front wheel, so it's mid-front
Well, I get
engine.
why it would be a mid-engine, but it doesn't make sense why you would still put the seat behind the engine, even
So
if it's mid.
would you rather have the driver straddle the transmission then?
No, he sits to either the left or the right of it.
Or in front of the engine.
Yeah, I
With the
think you're
transmission
severely
behind him.
the amount of these are race cars. We're talking about converting to real cars.
I
mean, Stubby Bob.
I would still still do it that way, especially with a wagon. You can put the motor in the back seat, transmission hooked directly to the rear diff.
Well, in that case, that you'd probably do an old Toronado setup in the back of it then, and then have a frunk.
There we go. How about that?
Yeah.
It didn't
There you go.
get bigger.
Matador. That's what she said.
Hang on. Present. There. Nope, it didn't work, did it?
Excuse me.
All right. There. Lord. I figured it out in one moment. There we are. But yeah, so there were police cars were driving the Matadors, and it was funny because so they get to the diner, and well, after they get busted by the first deputy, they get another this is when who else but what's the CB handle?
Who's CB handle we talking about?
Dirty Lyle.
Cottonmouth?
It uses Cottonmouth, that's it. So Dirty Lyle is a main aggravation. It's kind of like Buford T. Justice in this movie.
The antagonist.
Antagonist, that's what I was thinking of. So we have Dirty Lyle, who on the CB, plays this little, oh yeah, y'all clear, come on. And they're getting it, man. You have Rubber Duck, and then Pigpen and Spider Mike
at the back door. Mm-hmm. They're about doing 75, 74 mile an hour.
Yep. He stops them. Well, they stop. Notice they just didn't keep going. They bust him for some, he's a corrupt damn sheriff deputy. He's corrupt as they come. Do they pay their little on the side of the road fine? which back in the day, we're talking about 1978. So what do you say, $70? He started out with 50 and they kept blah, blah, blah. It kept running their
Yep.
mouth.
Yep. Nice little roadside auction house of corruption. At $70, figure 1977 on the filming per driver.
Mm.
So that's $210.
What did they pay truckers per mile back in 77? Do you know?
About what they're paying now. Well, here's the other thing that you need to remember. During this time, these guys are independents.
Yeah.
The majority was regulated, or that was in a union. And they regulated who could and who couldn't haul freight. It's not just fill the paperwork out and, hey, you're a carrier now. No, it is you had to get a permit to haul freight. And the majority of them were union. And that's actually that was a plot point in this movie too.
Yeah. Because they were coming down, and that was one of the biggest influences to actually write the movie, aside from the song. There were a lot of regulations and laws that were changing back then. You know, What was it? They changed the state law, the miles per hour to what, 55?
Yep, national speed limit went to 55, and it was in response to the fuel crisis. I want to say it's like what, 73, 74 is one that all went in.
Yeah.
AKA double nickel.
And I think this is one of those movies that's, I mean, and he says it right off the rip before they even get stopped by Dirty Lyle. It was one of those things. Let me take this off of there. Okay. It's one of those things where Rubber Duck says that y'all want y'all to know y'all riding with a real desperado. So it became, truckers. We'll get to it, but it's one of those movies that we're fighting for our lives, we're fighting for our freedom, we're taking a protest, we're making a stand, we're tired of the corruption, we're tired of the government. It's one of those. Much where the difference in Smokey the Bandit was, they were just trying to transport beer, man.
Illegally across state lines.
There's a golden can right here that makes reference to that.
Yes.
Which is covered up by,
It's only illegal if you get caught. Come on, Turtle.
No, it's still illegal even if you don't get caught. It's called integrity, doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do, even when nobody's looking.
Oh, come on.
See, it's attitudes like that that get into politics and end up
Well,
screwing
listen,
everybody else over.
It's for the money,
No.
for the glory,
No.
and for the fun.
And for the fun.
No.
$80,000.
$80,000.
So,
well, what is he gonna do? 80 grand or a job in Macon shoveling manure?
That's a different movie. No. So they go to the diner, and this is where things start taking off bad. You get to the diner, and they're all sitting there. Well, they're not all of them. Pigpen and Spider Mike are sitting there trying to enjoy a wonderful truck stop diner meal. And let's just say y'all have to watch the movie, but Rubber Duck's in there getting his birthday present on, you know what I'm saying? With the diner chick. And I got a theory about that part here in a little bit.
Okay.
Dum dum dum.
Dum.
I wish I had a little soundboard to where you can just play different clips and sounds.
Oh, not plugged up because the desktop's ruined. That's right.
We're gonna teach you, and you can be the producer, so you can do all the sounds and all that stuff. I mean, that's if you want to. We don't get paid for this, so I ain't gonna make you do nothing that you don't want to
Oh, don't worry, I won't.
do.
You know me by now.
So, like I said, they get through the bear trap, as I call it, and who pulls up while Rubber Duck is getting his birthday on? There in the diner is the girl from the Jaguar. Spider Mike and Pigpen are in the diner. Girl from the Jaguar is sitting in the diner with the other girls. Duck comes in, grabs his girl, goes gets the birthday present, and that's actually the first time, and I'll say it here. And I talked about, I debated. I was talking to Mr. Bosco last night about this. I debated on bringing this up, but as a young kid, we all come from different time period than today's little youngins. I think that was the first time I saw an interracial couple kiss. I didn't think nothing of it, but I didn't notice that until I watched it again the other day, and I was like, "Huh!" It just dawned on me. It was the first time I ever saw. So this movie broke back in the 70s. This movie broke a lot of, and you can see it when you watch the movie. There's some social things that they dealt with, which we'll get to the rough part later here in a little bit. But that was the first time I ever saw. Huh?
Wasn't Star Trek, the original Star Trek, the first time that there was an interracial kiss?
Yes. But at least that's what I'm told. I've never seen it. I didn't watch Star Wars or Star Trek.
Me neither. I haven't, none of the above. Wife loves it, but,
I'm a nerd, but I'm not on that level. Not knocking it. So they get to the diner, and then in rolls Dirty Lyle, and Pigpen and Spider Mike start playing a trick on him, messing with him on the CB radio. Because initially, Dirty Lyle claimed that he didn't have, or Cottonmouth claimed he didn't have a CB. So they're messing
he
with him.
doesn't believe in entrapment.
No. He comes walking in and starts, this is cops back in the 70s, the story. Whatever cliche image or thought you have of corrupt cops in the 70s, there you go. Starts messing with Spider Mike because he knows Mike don't have any money. How's he gonna pay for his food? And this is when everything breaks loose. He starts harassing Mike. Mike stands his ground. And then a big bar fight ensues, man. I mean, they tear the place up. Which, I mean, it's kind of one of those, do you really fight against the law? Nowadays, I don't know. But back then, they buried him under the jail just for looking at him wrong.
Well, mind you, over the radio, they were insinuating that he had to stoop so low to get cash because he was trying to raise money for one of those sex change operations. That may or may not have been a contributing factor to his less than sunny disposition.
So they get into the fight and they take off. This is how the convoy begins, right after the diner fight. Big diner fight. They tear the place up. They handcuff Dirty Lyle to the bar stool. And he's going through hell trying to get the handcuffs off. And Rubber Duck, Spider Mike, Pigpen, and then a couple other truckers are getting behind them, and they just hightail it. The girl from the Jaguar jumps in the truck with Rubber Duck because he gives her an invite. He kicks the other girl out of his truck and takes off with this one.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
It's like no, there's a correction there, man. That other girl was a waitress at that joint.
yeah.
So he didn't necessarily kick her out. She was married. And in that discussion at the table with all them ladies, because her car broke down, she was giving away all her stuff as she was on her way to Dallas to photograph a wedding. That, hey, the duck could give you a ride.
I don't think she's going to make it to Dallas.
You know, she'll make it to Texas maybe, but I'm not so sure. But Texas, it's quite the big place. So,
First generation.
They're headed in that direction.
Speaking of diner, first interracial kiss in the movie was 1957, Island in the Sun. Kiss was between Joan Fontaine and Harry Belafonte.
Well, thank you there, Chris.
Dale.
Well,
you don't know Harry Belafonte? He wrote that song. Daylight coming and I want to go home. Speaking of which, y'all gonna see Beetlejuice?
Nope.
Don't say it a third time. No?
Nope.
It looks interesting. I'll wait till it comes out on TV.
For the same reason, I'm not going to go see a remake of The Goonies.
They're remaking Goonies.
I never said they were. I said I would not go see a remaking of The Goonies.
I don't think you could remake Goonies.
They say that a lot of times.
Beetlejuice.
Hey, you guys.
And they couldn't use Chunk anymore either, because he's not a chunk.
No, Chunk got skinny.
Oh, not got skinny. He just grew up. He's the same weight as he was in that movie.
He became proportional.
Yeah.
He just grew up and stretched out all that chunk. He is now a lawyer for stars. I've actually got his autograph. Neener.
That's cool.
Yep. It's a personalized autograph, although I wasn't there. My sister went to the 30th anniversary of the Goonies in Astoria and got to see all of the stuffs and things.
So, moving on.
Down set.
They get on down the road, and Dirty Lyle commandeers, from what I could tell, a pretty rough running Chevelle.
It looks like 71.
Was it 70 or 71?
No, it was a single headlight each side, and the marker light was split, so I believe that was 71. It was blue with flames and had a cowl induction hood on it.
Yeah.
And they were smoking reefer inside.
Was it that, or was it shrooms? Because they ate something.
I think they were smoking.
He comes up. What are you doing? What do you got in your mouth? Get out of the car. Snatch him out of the car. Throws old buddy on the ground. Pushes old girl out of the car. That was funny, man. That Chevelle. Let's see. 71.
Yep.
71 Chevelle hardtop. It doesn't say if it was a SS, a true SS or not, but I remember seeing a SS badge on it, maybe on the back.
Yeah, that don't mean it really was, though.
That's true.
You know why they called him an SS, right?
Yeah, it had a 72 grill, but most likely it's 71.
Well,
why?
Because every time you had to fill up the tank, you went.
Wow.
Gas crisis. Come on.
Was the 70s. So they start getting on down the road and they start gathering more trucks behind them. One line that I thought was hilarious was as the song says, some long-haired, in one version it's the long-haired friends of Jesus and a chartreuse microbus. In the movie version was what was that posted the other day about the 10 on the floor,
Stroking Bower, seat cover starting the game. Yeah, Beaver, you trucking with the rubber duck, and I'm about to pull a plug on your drain.
talking about Texas heat, something like that, and some Jesus freaks on grass.
Well,
That was
before
great.
they added those, they actually had an unintentional deletion of a member of the convoy. That white Brockway kind of went whoop with that load of lumber on the side, collected a four-wheeler, and they got Black Widow out the truck, who says she should have bought a black truck, and got in the cab over with one of the other boys.
Two of the other drivers, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that was
she's
that
sitting,
four-way,
and she's sitting on top of the engine on in between the hump while them two boys is driving.
Yep, she wasn't she? Was that
Mhm.
a Peterbilt they were driving, or were they driving a Mac?
I don't remember.
I'm
I
not
know
a
that
Mac, I'm a Peterbilt. Sorry, I couldn't.
well, in this
Resist.
case, Mac
Oh, my God.
Mac is actually a R model in the case of the rubber duck, and it is a cab over for Pigpen.
Bulldogs is pussy.
My,
He said that.
my bulldog is.
And you know those Jesus freaks in the short truce microbus, you know, they're riding along with Brother Rubber.
Yeah, Brother Rubber. Lord.
Whoa.
Yeah, that pastor.
Was she at least cute?
Pastor called him. All right, we got you, Brother Rubber. I don't see it. Here it is. This is one of my favorite lines. I don't see nothing in scripture that don't say anything about thou shalt not put the pedal to the metal. Yeah, get you some of that. Huh?
I mean, it's not as bad as what I posted on Facebook the other day.
Which one?
The one that me and you had the conversation, and I posted it on Facebook like within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I said, don't ever say I don't give a shit. I poop on the clock at work.
That's right.
You know, there's a story that I have that involves pooping on a clock at work.
That's all right. You can keep that one to yourself.
It involves an orange construction code.
Yeah, we don't need to know.
Oh,
That's not this type of channel.
yeah, no, that might be for some other.
That's a different podcast.
Well, then I guess let's get our poop in a group and keep going with the story.
So, poop in a group. I like that. Poop in a group. I got that.
No, thank you.
So, they heading through basically down up and down those silt roads. They lose a couple deputies after they forced Dirty Lyle off the side of the road next Chevelle through a barn into some trees.
He got some distance.
He did. That was some Dukes of Hazzard type shit right there, man. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty decent jump.
Pop quiz: what's the name of the county that he's a sheriff of?
Not so hazardous.
Close.
I'm not looking it up. Nacogdoches.
You're right with the N. Natosha.
Natosha. Where's our? Oh, my mouse was hooked to this one, not this one.
And weren't the state troopers involved? The state police involved also?
Not until later. Not
That
until
were the other deputies that walked in while they were handcuffing Lau? Or weren't those stadies?
Wait, which part? I'm talking about when? Oh yeah, no, those were counties. Those are counties.
Okay. County Minis? Okay.
Catching up. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
What county was it?
Natosha.
Dirty Lao. You looking it up? I'll let you.
I was trying to.
Go ahead. You'll be our research guy.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's Louisiana.
No, that's I'm gonna say
Arizona.
that's yeah.
Well, how the hell do you spell it then?
It's supposed to- I mean,
Natosha.
it could be like, like
It could also be fictional.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying. That's why I'm trying to see if it comes up with anything.
Well, when they were
You said it was
crossing
Arizona?
in, well, they crossed into New Mexico because there was
New Mexico,
sheriff. There was Sheriff Love, and they were crossing into New Mexico. So they must have been in Arizona at the time. Because Rubber Duck was based out of Albuquerque.
Yep.
So that would make sense, that whole area over there.
Entirely fictional.
Oh yeah, I figured as much.
Well, I will say this. I never exactly watched Convoy as a documentary. So I'll give it that.
Well, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said that I watched this movie in three, one as a fan, two as a podcaster, and three as just as trying to do research as a podcaster, and just trying to pay more attention because you catch more stuff. The more, oftentimes that you watch a movie, you'll see more things. Like when Widow Woman rolled her truck, she gets out all mad. They help her out. She starts kicking out. I knew I should have bought a black truck, which I thought was hilarious myself. But yeah, whenever they're coming out of Arizona, and I think that's what, about this time, this is when the news guy rolls up in that. Did you notice what kind of truck they were in the news truck?
A Macho Power, a Dodge Ram. It was the Macho Edition, 77, yellow regular cab, short bed, 4-wheel drive. Oh yeah, even with the roll bar and the lights in the back. Yes, sir.
Let's see.
And he was Haskell with the governor's office.
Oh yeah. Dodge. That Macho Power Wagon. W100 short bed. That's a beautiful truck. It comes rolling up. The hard part for me was, Dan good and well, when they were normal talking, I was like, he can't hear him, man.
Well, see, now that's why you got to suspend disbelief for a little bit here.
Yeah, I have a bad habit, and maybe everybody else is too, but have a bad habit of bringing logic to a movie, unless it's a documentary.
No, I still bring logic to a documentary.
Sometimes logic, even in a documentary, doesn't mean anything.
So that's the scene right there where
the documentary isn't even stating the facts in the right order, so it doesn't make it even logical that what they're trying to say happened. But anyways, that's a different story for a different.
Well, see, now that's where editing, you lose the logic in editing.
Yeah. So This is that scene right here where they're talking in that. There's that Dodge
I
Power
did.
Wagon. I did not see it until like I watched it when I had COVID. I'm laying over here. Matter of fact, I didn't even get to sleep in my own bed when I had COVID.
Haha.
I had to sleep on an air mattress in this room that I'm in now.
That's why you're supposed to get your wife sick at the same time. That way it doesn't really matter.
I can't afford her getting sick.
I know that. I'm just saying.
That's
Oh,
where
yeah, in
quarantine
general, yeah.
becomes quality time.
Oh yeah.
Not really. Not really.
I
Not
had
in
to burn
everyone's
3 of my
case.
PTO days that day or that week.
See, would have been good PTO days though. I'm just saying. Just saying. Rubber dub, rubber ducky in the tub.
All right. Name me another movie where the hero truck is black and loses a passenger headlight.
Night Rider.
We
Quite a
talked
few
about it
We talked
earlier.
about earlier, yeah.
What is it?
Black Dog
There you go.
That's what I said.
with don't say his name. He just passed away recently. Well, not recently. Patrick Swayze.
There you go. Now, who was his country musician passenger?
Don't care. The dog? I don't remember.
No, his country music passenger was Randy Travis. So who was his
Oh yeah.
and who was the musician nemesis in that one?
I don't remember. I really don't.
Oh, Meatloaf.
Yeah,
Cartman?
No, Markaday. Meatloaf.
Fucking Cartman? I don't know.
Y'all killing me here. Patrick Swayze died in 2009, dude.
Dude,
Well,
I'm
listen.
44. That's recently.
Listen,
My
10 years ago,
goes
it was
over
2000.
4 decades, man. 9 years ain't shit. 2009, really? Golly.
Yeah.
See, my
I mean, I
memory
wouldn't
is fucked up.
Listen, 96 is brand new.
Oh, whoa.
about-
Calm down there, princess. It is
You're
not
talking about
brand new.
movies.
Vehicular wise, 96 is brand new.
No. They're almost classic, man. Don't try and give yourself no credit. You can get antique tag for them damn things.
I know, that's what I'm saying. 96 is brand new.
That's not new.
That's yes, it is.
Once it becomes antique by state standards, it's not new no more.
It's brand new in his backyard. It's brand new.
Yeah, because they keep breaking down.
I saw what's in his backyard.
Oh,
Gosh, what was it? Y'all got me off track now. God. So
77 Macho Power Wagon.
Yep.
They were talking to the
governor,
assistant.
the news guy.
Mhm.
Assistant. Wasn't it the deputy the assistant to the governor of New Mexico?
Yep.
Yep. And they got him to meet up at the fairgrounds or something, wherever they were. I don't know. It really didn't specify.
Yep, because when they went through the state line, because of the contents of his tanker, nitromanite, which is classified as an explosive, they eliminated that roadblock that they had until the sheriff, Love, got stuck behind that water truck and was getting one hell of a car wash.
I love the fact that when they tried to, that the governor tried to talk to him on the radio. Martin Penwald.
That was FBI.
Was it FBI? You're right.
That was FBI. It's like they had a language all their own.
I was like, and of course I'm older now, and I've been through the CB craze. When I was I still have a CB or two. I got to put one in my 07 round, but
yep, I got to put one in the Jeep. I've got one to put in the Jeep, but I don't want to put it in the Jeep because then my Jeep will get vandalized.
But that's just like when, talking to you, like, what's your CB handle?
Flapper.
Mine?
Flapper? Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Oh, yeah.
What's your handle?
Mine?
Right side?
Your right side?
Yeah, because I drive on my left.
Mm.
My handle's
So,
never mind.
handles,
I'm Turtle.
yeah. It's like, right, somebody calling you by your real name on the radio. You don't, I'm not answering to that.
What,
Like
on
when
the
I'm at
radio?
work. Huh? Yeah.
You don't answer to Bosco if you're at work?
Well, yeah.
I go by Turtle everywhere, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter what you call me. You call me by my real name. And,
Right.
and I might answer you if I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
You call me
I'm
by
the same
you
way.
say turtle and you're talking about turtles. I'll turn around.
Yeah.
There's probably a chance that someone just says, "Hey, you," you're turning around anyway.
No.
No.
I do not turn around for hey you anymore.
No, I still do.
No.
I don't get
Not
paid
after
enough
watching
to-
some of the training videos I've seen. Nope. Not happening.
No. That's why I said I don't get paid enough to do turn around to some hey you.
I don't get paid enough to fight terrorism anymore.
So no Rolling Stone. Rolling Stones. No. So yeah, talking to any trucker on the radio, talking to any guy in this case, Turtle. Everybody, if you know him, you know his real name. If you don't know him, then you know him as Turtle. If you know his real name, you still call him Turtle.
Most people. My sister and my brother don't.
They
But
don't call you Turtle?
but my father does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we were in the motorcycle club together, or clubs that we were in, that's what everybody called me was Turtle. So Pops was Pops, and I was Turtle.
Yeah.
And that's Turtle's Pops. So Pops is Pops. Turtle is Turtle.
So yeah, you don't call somebody their real name, like in this case, Martin Penwald.
I don't know.
Or
if I had a
like-
name like Martin Penwald, that would be that would be my handle nowadays. That's a fucking classic name right there, man. My name is Martin Penwald. Over.
I'm gonna change my gamer tag to Martin Penwald.
You might need to after all the recent activities.
Oh God, yeah.
Martin
Well,
Penwald, the third.
The third.
You got to put that third in there. You got to put the third in there, because by now you would be the third.
So they try to get him pulled over. The Dirty Lyle finally tells him, "Hey, they got their own language. Call him. He's not going to answer or respond. Not even going to acknowledge you. You call me by my real name at Walmart, dude. Unless I hear Bosco, I'm not turning around. I don't.
Yeah, if he hears Bosco at Walmart, it's probably me, anyways.
Right?
Tracking you down, boy.
Yeah, right.
You got a pretty truck.
That's just because you live like a block and a half away from that place.
And it's boring in my neighborhood.
So they finally schedule a meet up. They meet up at the fairgrounds. I'm guessing fairgrounds. It doesn't really say. And, you know, what's the purpose of the whole convoy? He's like, man, I'm running for my life. They're like, well, they're following you. Nah, man, I'm just up front. You know, I kind of like that the
purpose of the convoy is to keep moving.
Yeah. That's the purpose of the convoy. But they really don't. I mean, if you watch it and pay attention to what's going on, it's a protest. It's a statement, which I honestly think, and not to get political because this isn't that show, but I honestly think that we could use one What about now?
We need more than a protest, brother. Hands down. We need
Yeah.
more than a protest.
Yeah. Speaking of that, ready? And Mrs. Bosco is not here this evening. She went to go. She's staying off with a friend of hers to go help her at her place. So
Rude.
Well, if we're
I will.
all right, let's use another movie to talk about. You don't need a protest. Don't need a movement. It's a revolution because it just keeps on going versus just going for a little time. Name that movie.
Sorry, I was stuck on another statement that was kind of along the same line, so I'm kind of cloudy on that. What was it?
Under Siege.
Never saw it.
Oh, another fake actor movie.
Yeah.
Who was in that?
Steven Seagal.
Okay.
And the person in question who was saying all that was Tommy Lee Jones.
Wasn't Gary Busey in that too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
So I did see that one.
Back when he looked sober.
He was passable.
Back when he could fight.
I don't
Back
know
when he could
about
fight
that.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Yep. Back when he could fight Mel Gibson.
Well,
Under
I don't know
Siege.
about fight Mel Gibson, but when
Well,
he could possibly try.
no, Mr. Joshua, he tried.
Oh man, there's a radio show that I don't know if many of our listeners or viewers know about, but I've become very fond of it. There's a radio show and a voice actor guy does a deadpan imitation of Gary Busey, and it's hilarious. You just got to find it. It's awesome.
Didn't Frank Caliendo do one as well?
I don't
He
know
does
about
so
that.
many. I don't know who he does anymore
a
besides
good question.
Madden and Shaq, and Charles Barkley.
Dude, this light. Hang on. Let me change something real quick.
Oh,
The light
dear
above
God.
me is blocking me.
Oh, I'm trying to think. He did oh God, who is the judge in Caddyshack? Ted Knightley?
I don't know.
Yes.
I think he
the
did
light-
him.
He's
So
done so many. Anyway,
they get through all the desert and they get into New Mexico, meet the governor, and prior, kind of jumping ahead of myself here, before they get to the meetup, Spider Mike has this whole time his wife's about to drop. She's about to have this baby. He peels off, heads back towards Dallas, I think. And sometime between that point and the point of them meeting up with the governor, the sheriff and Alvarez, actually, Dirty Lyle takes off and chases after Spider Mike. And it's really rough, man. It's probably one of the roughest parts of the whole movie in my book. And they beat on Spider Mike.
No, Alvarez did, not Dirty Lyle.
Yeah. Well, I was going to get to that, but so they're in the meeting and they're like, "Hey, man, we're tired of the corruption. We're tired of what we're here for. You know what we're trying to do. In your case, because you're owner operator, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what y'all deal with nowadays, but and my brother Derek, he was an owner operator for a long time. He's not anymore. Matter of fact, y'all go check him out on Bad Dog Health and Fitness. He's a fitness instructor now.
Well,
But
I'll just put it like this: trying to keep the truck running, the lights on, and food on the table. That's what we deal with.
I have great respect for truckers. My Papa Harrington was a trucker for a long time. My biological dad, my real dad. I hate saying real dad, but anyway, he was a truck
Not my
driver for a
real
long time.
stepladder.
It's my
Sorry.
step ladder. It's not my real
Ugh.
ladder. So then they break off to go, fine, let's go get Spider Mike. He's being hemmed up in Alvarez. And this is, to me, one of the, I mean, this is brotherhood right here. My boy Rubber Duck takes off
Alone.
They get to Alvarez. He rolls up into Alvarez and he's just sitting there. And who wouldn't you know, man? You talking about brotherhood? His boys show up.
When did they get there?
What do you mean?
Texas, noon. It literally says it right on there.
So the Love Machine, or i.e. Pigpen,
Mhm.
he shows up. All the other, there's about 9 trucks deep, roll up in Alvarez, and they tear up the town, crashing through buildings, chasing the sheriff. The sheriff Alvarez says, "No, I'm out of here. Thought he said he was going to be alone." Yeah, right. That's like if I rode off on a not an anti-hero run, but I'm supposed to go do something crazy and dumb to others. You think Turtle's going to let me ride off by myself into something like that? About time I hit the interstate out here, I can probably look in my side view mirror and see his Jeep roll up beside me. Let's go do this. You know what we're about to do. You know it ain't gonna be very pretty, but we're gonna do this, and that's and there's a reason for it.
You won't see me coming up behind you. I'm gonna keep my distance.
But I highly doubt.
I want to make sure that long shot's a good one.
But I highly doubt you're gonna let me roll by myself.
Nah.
That's but I see it as brotherhoods. So they terrorize the town, and then they're gonna break Spider Mike out of jail, man. What happens next? Rubber Duck and Love Machine crash right through the jail. Let's get our boy. They handcuff Dirty Lyle in the jail. Get him an ambulance, cuff him up, lock him up in one of those cells. Let's get out of here. Grab Spider Mike and get out of here.
All right. Well, put the parking brake on for half a second. How'd they know he was even there?
Oh, that's just because the janitor at the jail called in 1033. 1033.
Janitor is a former radio operator.
Yep.
Well, what's his hat say?
I don't know. Oh, cat.
Never read his hat.
The janitor was an old trucker, apparently. So if you're skilled enough, or if you know trucker talk, 10 codes, as we call them. If you know your 10 codes, you could actually have a cold conversation in 10 codes by itself. In the military, did y'all use a lot of 10 codes? Or y'all use regular?
Military police did. We didn't.
Yeah.
Infantry didn't. Because it was too easy to decipher 10 code. So we wouldn't have used it over secure net. Military police doesn't necessarily use secure net when they're just transmitting between themselves.
There's Marine's blood. Welcome to the chats, brother. We've been
He's
kicking
just
along for a
lurking.
little over an hour. We're covering a movie Convoy. For those of you who are viewing or in here late, we're glad you're here. Marines bloodshed. Yeah, I know we didn't use 10 codes.
See?
Yep. But yeah, if you know 10 codes good enough, then you have a whole text conversation with 10 codes.
Yep.
I still, we use 10 codes a lot, and even we use 10 codes a lot in the prison.
Yep. Simplifies things.
Oh yeah. Something happened, and it's coming up here in a couple weeks. And we'll probably post something a little short through the week for 9/11. But something happened. I think they changed it for 9/11 because 10 codes down south are different than have a different meaning than 10 codes up north. Instead of it being a broad language. But yeah, so the janitor, I'm guessing, is a former trucker with his Caterpillar hat. He calls a 1033 saying Spider Mike's in jail in Alvarez, and they, of course, everything. What do they call that? The chain where it starts out as he got beat up in the jail, he's locked up, all the way down to they broke his back, he's half alive.
The telephone game.
Yeah. Which, like I said, that's probably one of the roughest parts of the movie to actually watch. They did a good job at portraying what it was, but it was still.
It was pretty rough.
Yeah, very rough. See him all battered and bruised up, bloody, and all that. And it was, oh man, I didn't put my hands on you. I helped you up. Yeah, Spider Mike goes, yeah, I don't need your help anymore. I'm good. So to get him out of that, what's your theory on why Dirty Lyle hated truckers, especially Rubber Duck?
He slept with his wife because she was the waitress.
Yep, that was actually a working theory. Is that where you're at, Mr. Flapper?
No, I just think it's because they're free on the road, and he's just stuck there.
But the hatred of Dirty Lyle.
It goes more personal than that.
I never thought about it, to be honest. It was just, this movie is like mental floss. It's not meant to be thought about in deep detail. It's just, oh, hey, cool. Yeah. Stick it to him. Okay. I'm done.
I don't know. There's a much deeper message in that movie than just a movie.
That's where I'm at with it too.
It was a media productional protest.
Yep. Actually, they actually say that the movie was
about gas taxes or something to do with fuel or petroleum or oil prices or something.
Well,
it had a lot to do with that and just truckers protesting at that time.
Yeah, like the transport tax or some crazy, I don't know. It was something to do with what the government was trying to do.
Yeah, there was a lot of regulation. It's a lot of which went away in 1980 with deregulation, which has been a curse and a blessing at the same time.
Yeah.
Truckers Hell and Devil's Dirty Lyle. I don't know. I definitely I give it a 10 out of 10 in my book. So we're gonna come on down to the ending, the bitter end. he starts heading towards Mexico because where else is he going to go? You know what I mean?
Could have gone to Canada.
After, that was one of the other parts in the jail scene.
Yeah, might not have made it on fuel.
Ransack Alvarez to get our boy Mike out of jail. Chase the sheriff around in it, and Mr. Then Dirty Law is all I am the law. Yeah.
Quote a black fella from another movie. They don't like the cold. They're tropical people.
So he says, "Look, I'm heading to Mexico. Anybody don't want to join me? It's fine, but we're heading to Mexico." And they're cruising through a little town, and that's when the school bus stops. The school bus. Ow.
Did anyone else find it out that the bus driver got out of the bus?
Yeah. There really wasn't a crossing guard. Oh, I mean, it was the 70s. It might have been different then. I don't know. I find it odd that the ice cream truck backed out.
Yeah.
In front of the love machine. Yeah.
He backed out around. It was around the blind side. Just kind of came out, and then all of a sudden he's a dick.
Yeah. Start throwing ice cream shit out of my truck because you backed out in front of me. Cool.
So in other words, he's a typical four-wheeler. Perfect. You know what? Acting was perfect. On point.
Yeah. Any delivery driver that runs a box truck knows you don't back up. Avoid backing. That's the rule.
Or you have a spotter.
Right? Where's the spotter?
Above you saying, give me everything you got.
So they go, the whole convoy behind Rubber Duck gets stopped. School, kids, traffic, the ice cream truck. And as they're coming along, getting ready to cross the bridge into Mexico, the back way, he puts Melissa out of the truck. Allie, what's her name? Allie McGraw.
Yep.
Which apparently you thought she was kind of pretty. I tend to disagree.
I think with that hair, with that perm job, no, not even close. But with long hair like she used to have, okay. I mean, you got to figure she was with Steve McQueen for a while. Do you think Steve McQueen dates an ugly chick? No.
Not the king of cool.
$20 was $20.
We had a debate on the way.
I think she, if my memory serves, wasn't she married to him or something?
That's what I was getting ready to look up. I think it was.
Yeah. After she was with the dude at Paramount. Evans? Something like that.
You got me, dude. Let's see. Steve McQueen.
She was the girlfriend of the dude at Paramount, and he put her in a bunch of stuff, and then she wound up with McQueen.
Chad McQueen is a kid of his. It doesn't say anything about marriage. Terrence Stephen McQueen, Beech Grove, Indiana. Died November 7, 1980. Oh no, it doesn't say. Let's see, personal life. Boop. He married Neil Adams, a Filipino actress and dancer.
She only had one child, and that was with Robert Evans.
Yep, that was the fellow, Robert Evans.
But she was also married to Steve McQueen.
Yeah. 1973, McQueen married actress Ellen McGraw. Co-starred with. She starred in The Getaway. Their marriage ended divorce in 1978.
Oh, she was married to Robert Martin Hohen as well, but I didn't see that one.
James Coburn was, anyway, he had his hand in this movie too. Anyway, so yeah.
You know what else had a lot in this movie? Booger Sugar.
Was it?
Booger Sugar.
Why was she
Had-
with an animated car? Marines.
Because
great.
he knew how to go ka-chow.
Good chow.
Because he had the good crowns. 1980s Crayolas. Those are the best
Oh
ones.
yeah.
Because they had the booger sugar in them too. Everything in the 80s had booger sugar on it. I don't care who you are. That's
Is
the
that what
truth.
we thought those markers smelled so good?
Yep.
That's why the glue is so tasty.
Cocaine was the worst drug ever to be invented, but I'll be damned if it don't smell good.
Shoot, it was even in Coca-Cola for a while.
Was?
Coke?
Yeah. The
Cola?
original, the OG recipe.
But it was.
Oh yeah. I think there are small,
I'm not gonna
very
lie.
common-
I'm not gonna lie. Coca-Cola is my third choice on dark soda.
I'm a bigger fan of Dr. Pepper.
Where is this episode going?
Pepsi above Coke, but Royal Crown above all. I was raised on Royal Crown. Just tastes better.
I'll take
RC
Dr. Pepper.
Cola?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, okay.
Or any of its cheaper subsidiaries. Doesn't matter to
Wouldn't
me.
go that far. Wouldn't go that. Just the
I don't know,
RC,
man.
regular cola. Just the RC. But like I said, I was raised on it, so I have a palate for it. Whereas Coca-Cola is too carbonated for me. In the bottles, cans, fountains, I don't know why their formula just has more carbonation than Pepsi and RC, and I don't like all that carbonation.
I'm trying to remember where. Yeah, I drink water too.
I do drink a lot of water. I
Mostly-
hardly ever drink sodas anymore. The only thing I drink is Sprite. You can ask Bosco. That's all I'm ever drinking if I don't have water.
Hey, Marine's Blood, is that high quality H2O?
Nope. It's whatever we can get into our canteens.
Whatever comes out the faucet. In some cases, whatever comes out the water hose.
Tap water is brat water.
So what'd you like better? Did you like the warm water in the hose first, or did you like the cool wet water after?
Well, it depends on what sport we were playing. If we were playing football, it didn't matter. You just got some damn water and hurry up and get back out there in the street and play. If we were playing baseball, you let it cool off first.
Yep. At least let the hose run to get all the hot water out of the hose.
That's what we're saying. Let it cool
Yeah.
first. But if you're playing football, you got to hurry up because you ain't got a lot of time to play football. Whereas baseball, you can hit the ball, home run. Hit the ball, home run. Okay, switch sides. Hit the ball, home run. Okay, switch sides. Okay, get water. Yeah. Football, it takes you're not getting water until after at least 2 touchdowns. Because you always have that one kid that wants to quit as soon as you take a break. That was me. I'm sorry. After I score 2 touchdowns, I'm tired. All right.
So we're at the bridge. He kicks Alan McGraw out of the truck. Of course, I'd have kicked her out of my truck a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That first time she said, "I want to get out." I want to get out. Okay.
Well, he did open the door.
That'd have been a short movie, dude.
Bye, Felicia.
Peace. Yeah.
You need to go outside? Can you wait? You can go over there and do your pee-pee dance? 5 minutes. Thank you. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Hi. Sorry. My Chihuahua's Japanese.
That makes sense. Of course, she's all, I want to stay with you. And he's like, no, you're going to die. You're going to die if you stay with me. So get out of my truck.
And if it doesn't, I will. That's going to be in the next movie. Just say it.
Of course, I'm watching this movie with Miss Bosco, and she's like, why is he being so mean to her? I was like, there's a reason. Just wait. Because she's seen this movie with me before. And she just forgets, everybody kind of forgets small details, whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't a joy ride.
Yeah, it was like, I know he's like, I know what I'm about to do. I know what's about to go down. There's the U.S. military is on the other side of this bridge, right there on the border, facing me with a lot of guns and a tank. I don't care how bad you think you are. If you roll up on somebody, you roll up on law enforcement, whoever, what else, and they have a tank, get them up. Just, all right.
How did he get in that hardware so fast?
Tell him Marine's blood. Nah, we ain't giving up. Tanks is easy to get around, especially if there's only one. Now, if there's two, run. Fucking run or give up. You can almost outrun a tank.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, technically, there is two tanks. There's the one firing at you, and then you got the bomb on the back.
That's true.
Okay, so anyway.
That's not a tank. You can't shoot that at somebody.
Well, you can.
Well, yeah. Well,
you just use the truck to shoot it at it.
Didn't in the movie. So what I'm saying
is, yeah. In this case,
tank. If there's one tank, me and Marine's blood, me and him would take it, and all those cops.
Yeah, but you set off the contents of the tanker.
2 tanks? Probably not gonna try as hard.
Nah, yeah. You're right.
I mean, if you got a tanker full of some pretty highly explosive stuff, and there's a tank, they're gonna have to shoot you before that truck gets there. If they shoot it as it gets there, they're all dead. You think I'm gonna still be in that truck? Hell no. I'm gonna use that as the distraction. I'm jumping off the bridge, coming up beside them on both sides. Me and Marine's blood. We gonna make sure they all have toilet paper because they're gonna shit themselves.
Nitro man.
Nitro anything is explosive. So
mannitol hexanitrate.
Yeah, those two.
Is a powerful explosive. Physically, it is a powdery solid at normal temperature ranges with a density, not density. Anybody?
No.
Nothing? No.
No, I got it. I got it. I'm with you. It just I'm ignoring the goof up and it's like, okay, let's get to the info.
That's a goof up on purpose.
Mm.
With density of 1.73 grams CM3, whatever that means. I'm not a chemist.
I didn't know you turned into an MSDS sheet.
No, I just turned to read one.
Oh.
Yes. So there you go. That's what nitro manite is. Very explosive. Anyway, we ain't gonna go down the rabbit hole as far as that goes, but there you go. It goes boom.
Like in the words of Ed Nettie, it go boom boom.
Puts old girl out, starts trucking across the bridge. Everybody starts firing on him. Everybody starts dumping down on him. I saw something in that bridge scene right when he starts going across, and then he for those of you who haven't seen this movie, it's very good. Really, go watch it. He ducks down underneath the dash. Comes to a certain point, I don't know, and just pulls the steering wheel. Crashes off the bridge. Now, how did he get out of the truck? Anybody know? I saw it. I saw how he got out of the truck.
I want to know how he separated from the trailer.
That was a good question I thought of too.
Movie prop.
Because he didn't get out and unlock the fifth wheel.
They did. They accomplished that the same way they parked that submarine in the desert.
Yeah. In Sahara, yeah.
Them too.
So, let's go with the question. How did he get out?
Through the door.
As the sleeper door was opened. The sleeper door, right when the truck crashes and hits the water into the river.
You see the doors open.
You see the sleeper door pop open.
That's why I said door. I wanted to let you have the credit.
You, a door. It is ajar. It's not a door.
Well, he adores that answer anyway.
But if you watch it
You're so adorable.
If you watch it carefully, right when the nose of the truck hits and kind of settles before it falls over on its side. Right when he hits the water, you see the sleeper door pop open. And that was my guess. So they go on. The truck's down in the river. The trailer's blown to smithereens. There's pieces of truck and pieces of duck everywhere. They fast forward to the funeral at, I guess, the fairgrounds or at some racetrack. And they're going over the whole hee-haw, and the rubber duck symbolizes the spirit of the American freedom, and which is true. I mean, because I think, like I agree with Turtle. It's not just one of those regular Sunday movies. It is in fact a protest movie.
It also shows that politics hasn't changed. That governor never let a good crisis go to waste.
Oh no. Matter of fact, that was one of the parts right there. Pigpen's like, dude, I've had enough of this. He's selling tickets to this thing, selling tickets to a funeral. Now, hang on. We'll get to that in a second. Selling tickets to a funeral of an outlaw protester, that basically made the whole government look like a fool because of their actions. So
sounds like David Allan Coe. Selling tickets to an outlaw show.
Yeah, really. We have to cover him one episode. Good Lord.
No, sir. You keep that one away from me.
So does that mean he can take that job and shovel it?
That was John Paycheck.
No, sir. I will not talk about that man on the air, other than he was a great musician.
What, David Allan Coe?
Mm-hmm.
We have to incorporate. We have to. Oh yeah, I know. We will. We'll talk about it, but we'll have to incorporate him kind of loosely into another outlaw country episode. I say that carefully.
Cover a few of them lightly.
I can 6-degree separation David Allan Coe to this movie.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, Paulie is in Rocky, right?
Yep.
Sylvester Stallone was the star of that movie. In the 90s, he was a star of a movie called Demolition Man. Sandra Bullock, who is a huge fan of everything in the past, says you can take this job and shovel it. There you go.
Good job.
Well, that was a Johnny Paycheck song. That wasn't a David Allan Coe song.
Whatever. Same guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Don't challenge me when it comes to music, bro. You don't want this smoke.
Oh yeah, but what's my favorite song of all time?
So what flavor of smoke? Blackberry?
Yeah, exactly. All right. And it's not, and like Turtle said last episode, it's not if I'm going to make the connection, but when I'm going to make the Allman Brothers Band connection. Y'all ready for this? You ready? You ready? Here's the connection. Chris Christopherson, who plays the rubber duck in this movie, wrote the song for one Texas blues singer, which was who? I say the queen of blues. Anybody?
Girl for Johnny Cash. Nah, yeah.
There's a song called "Me and Bobby McGee."
Janis Joplin.
Yes, sir. Janis Joplin was also in 1970. She was also at the second annual Atlanta Pop Festival that took place in Byron, Georgia, which the Allman Brothers Band headlined as well. Which
while they lived in Macon.
Yep. I'd love to do an episode on that. That's probably going to be a 2 or 3-parter on the Atlanta Pop Festival episode, because there's so much talent that covered in that concert alone. They were supposed to come up
during the day from the grounds.
But yeah, there's a golf course there now, or
from inside the track.
Yeah, if we can get in touch with the people who own the track,
we can.
But yeah, in the historical Byron Speed Raceway, is right next to the racetrack and in the racetrack and around that whole. But yeah, so there's the Allman Brothers Band connection for this episode. I was trying to figure out. I remember thinking, how was I going to figure that out, the connection? And then I remembered that Chris Christopherson wrote Bobby McGee. Janis Joplin was hanging out with the brothers back in the day. So there we go. And also, which I think I already touched base on this, Spider Mike played the grave robber in Smoking the Bandit. And he played in some other movies as well. He's still alive. I think a majority of the actors in this movie are still alive. Burt Young passed away. Ernest Borgnine passed away.
Chris.
I
was going to say,
he's still kicking.
Good yeah. Lord.
He played in the movie Blade as Whistler. So,
Yep.
He also played in a couple, I think one Steven Seagal movie.
Probably.
Fire Down Below.
That's it. Fire Down
Yeah,
Below.
it's about that redhead.
Marge Helgenberger.
That's a different movie, Turtle. That's different.
Sorry, I've got phone in my hand. It was bad Google search. My bad.
Yeah. This is not the Fire Down Below I thought I was going to download.
Yeah. I keep forgetting my search engine. I got to use Google instead of Bing. My bad.
Now I'm thinking of the producers.
But yes, very good movie. One of my favorites of all time. And I'll probably watch it again by the end of the year.
You'll be watching it by the end of the week.
I actually watched it twice in the last 2 weeks.
You'll watch it again.
I was laying over here on this air mattress, which thankfully is a queen size air mattress. Laying over here on this air mattress with my laptop.
Size for a queen.
I watched it while we were doing this whole show.
Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, so Rubber Duck got out of the truck. They did a mock funeral for it, and they take off. Did you notice him sitting in the back of that bus with the pastor? And like I said,
got
the movie's fun.
That.
Or how he goes quack quack,
quack 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 quack. Not many people, like I said before, not many people know my real name. But my sister couldn't pronounce my real name. Is that Allie McGraw right there?
The one I sent you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's her earlier than that movie.
She still ain't pretty. We had a debate.
Oh wow! I think she's pretty in that picture. I don't think she was pretty later on in life.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's funny how he says when she demands him letting her out,
Mm-hmm.
you want to be charged with a man act? A man act's for 18-year-olds, not someone that's seen the better side of 30.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, oh. I mean, what's she gonna do? Get mad and get out of the truck?
Bye, Felicia.
You can get out. I ain't stopping. I pumped the brakes for you a little bit. Let me slow down. Take a roll.
Yep. Just run as fast as you can as soon as you hit the pavement. Like in Beavis and Butthead. When they're jumping out of the trunk of that car.
Yeah.
Just run as fast as you can as soon as you hit the pavement.
What was that? What was that old commercials on TV when they're riding around or something like that, and he's take his drop his granny off or something. Tuck and roll, granny, and he pushes her out of the car.
I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it was from.
I don't remember it
I
either.
can see it, I can't hear it.
All I can remember is "Watch your head, Granny," as she whacks her head on the tree and falls out the back.
But yeah, that's what I told her. You want to get out, tuck and roll, baby. See ya.
Love piece of chicken grease.
Don't hit the side of my truck as you bounce out of here.
Watch out, that trailer is volatile. Don't bump it too hard. Tuck, roll, flatten out as soon as possible. That way you're a low target for the trailer.
We had a debate on the way home, me and my son. On our way home from picking him up from work. I said, and so we'll put it. Maybe somebody in the chats will comment. Maybe I'll pick you to here. So Heather Thomas from who was better? Heather Thomas from Fall Guy. Catherine Bach from the Dukes of Hazzard, or in this case, Ally McGraw.
Neither.
Yeah, that doesn't help, man. Come on.
I'm not really fond of either one of them. And I never watched Fall Guy, so.
Well,
now, are we after the characters or the actual people?
Yes, the
I was thinking character.
Well, then I have to default to Daisy Duke because I never watched Fall Guy.
Yep, I never watched Fall Guy, and Ally McGraw's all right, but Daisy, her character, no, couldn't. She's too damn ditzy. She's smart, but she's ditzy smart.
No, I think the ditzy was just an act to get her way.
I don't care. If she can act like that, she can lie about something, so no thank you.
Heather Thomas.
I mean, she's pretty, but like I said, I never saw. And we said we're not going about the actress; we're going about the character.
Well, there she is on the Fall Guy truck, so that's kind of what I was going with.
Don't dent the hood, sugar.
Oh no, dent the hood. Never mind, I'll be quiet. It's not that kind of channel.
I was gonna say I ain't.
Oh look, never mind.
Yeah, just don't make it like the. Oh God, that chick that wound up being on that 308 Ferrari and the. Oh.
You know who I
God,
would
what
pick,
the heck
though?
is it? What the heck is it?
One word name. You ready? Frog.
Yep.
Her character. Her character.
Yep. I'm with you.
Now the lady that played that character, maybe not. She don't get me wrong, she was beautiful, but that character, the attitude, the persona of that character, carefree, go with the flow, kind of last minute. All right, cool. Let's go do that. Sounds like fun.
110? Oh my God, we're doing 110.
Interesting. Lights
I
up a
want to jump
cigarette.
something.
Lights up a cigarette. Pops on it because it's her first cigarette ever.
Yep.
I want to jump. I want to jump something. Jump me.
Yeah. Yeah. That,
All right.
that's
So what do you give the movie Convoy? What rating?
8 out of 10
8 out of 10. Why do you say 8 out of 10?
because I don't like Chris Christopherson.
What about you, Mr. Flapper?
You know, I'm gonna have to go with 8 also.
Why is that?
Just, I don't know. It's not as good as some of the other trucker movies out there, but it is good.
It's subpar for what it could have been.
Yes, there was that. The production hell was just crazy for trying to get this thing made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think that hurt the film, but it was good. It could have been better. And there are other movies that came out in a similar time frame that were better and stuck a heck of a lot better.
Yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10. Just because it could have been just a little bit better. With the trucking aspect, the brotherhood aspect is there. The protests and all that. They could have really kind of hammered down and brought up why they're protesting. I think that's probably why I give it a 9 out of 10. They could have been like, "Yo, this is why. This is in fact why we're doing what we're doing."
Well, I think
we're
the
gonna make
fact
it a
that
statement.
Their statement, there wasn't a statement. They had an issue with their little thing with their county, with that sheriff. But
And then
I
the
didn't.
governor of New Mexico is just like, "Oh well, they present this to the governor of New Mexico, and they're like, hey, we got to go get our boy out of jail, Jen Alvarez. They got him hemmed up, and he's like, hey man, that's just sacrifices gonna make. No, not my brother. I mean, in just for the conversation's sake here, it's the same way. Turtle's getting hemmed up for some reason, or brother Derek, or you up there, even though you're 3 hours away, why? What's up? Why? I totally get it. I think that this movie did make a very strong statement, not just because of the truckers, the independent truckers, but it makes a statement against, like I said,
Corrupt
it makes
government.
a statement against, corrupt government and corrupt officials, and pushing people away around just because you got a badge and a gun. It makes everything. It makes it okay, huh? No, man.
Nice comfy chair behind a nice comfy desk.
Yep. I dealt with that when I worked at the prison. These officers walk around just because they got a badge and a uniform, and they think they can treat inmates a certain way. It's like, man, get out of here. I couldn't stand it, but but there again, just for that matter, and everybody wants to be an outlaw, a desperado. They F the system, and and I believe that the Beastie Boys fought for our right to party. So, along with it just came to my mind. So
definitely did.
Yeah,
they started the movement.
But that's my mentality of I guess that's this free spirit mentality. I want to do what I got to do to take care of me and mine. And I'm going to do what I'm going to do, up to possibly laying my life down to protect me and mine. So, before we get out of here, would you like to do the Operation Tackle Box read, brother? Oh, not it. All right. As everyone knows, we are big supporters of our United States military members, even veterans. Turtle, do you know a veteran or 12?
7 of my neighbors in the cul-de-sac.
And we all know how easy the VA is to deal with. Shout out to Brother Deadleg. I'm sure that at some point he'll hear this. But even Deadleg deals with the, for y'all those who do know, Deadleg deals with the VA.
Nothing like going to the DMV for medical care.
Yep. There is a 501c3 non-for-profit organization called Operation Tackle Box. They do a lot of good for our military veterans. Let me look this back up. I did not have it pulled up this time, believe it or not. They're based out of Sonoy, Georgia, not Sonoya. I don't know why the A's on the name, but anyway, they got nothing to do with this.
It's Sonoya.
It's they see, that's what I heard, and that's the way I was pronounced it.
It's
the
Sonoya.
People that live there say it's Sonoy.
No,
the A is
they say
silent.
Sonoya.
I was like,
they say Sonoya. That's
And I
where
looked
he's
at the
from,
lady.
and I've known him for 12, 13 years now.
I looked at the lady and I said, "Well, why is it on the sign?
Yeah.
If
Anyway,
it's silent, then why is it there?"
They had to fill a letter quota.
So notes, the link to Operation Tackle Box will be in the show notes. You can click on the link from our post on YouTube. Click on the link, go on there. They have, let's see, Changing Lives, Healing Through Reeling, Combat Veterans Helping Combat Veterans. Facebook, Operation Tackle Box. Instagram at Operation_Tackle_Box. You can go on there and click shop now. Let me see if I can share the screen. I always hit invite. Dang it. Hang on.
yeah, don't invite them over to the screen.
There we go. I'll pull it up. Next mission is coming up September 19th through the 23rd of 2024. Please donate. Help us serve our warriors. They're actively seeking right now. They're actively seeking donations, and you can read it here. If you're listening, they're looking for donations to help the veterans through the entire trip. This is, people who have fought and still may be fighting currently for our freedom. 100% of donations go to help the mission. Look them up on all the social media platforms. A charter group down in Gulf Bay is doing a trip this time, and they still have the raffle for the UTV. 2023 Polaris Ranger XP 1000. They're still giving the raffle out for that until December. Okay, there it is, 20th.
20th, yep.
You can buy tickets. Go on there, click on there, buy your tickets. They have hats, T-shirts. You see some of the guys wearing the hat, T-shirts there. I have a shirt and a hat.
I'll say that was Jacob right there.
Which one?
Scroll back down. Well, yeah, that guy with the beard.
Yeah,
that's
right
the president, CEO, and founder of Operation Tackle Box. The guy on the left.
Mm.
And I believe the guy that was on the right was his father. I don't know. It might not be.
Why fishing? He says a combat veteran. He suffers from PTSD. He does as well. Fishing helps bring, peace. It is very peaceful being out fishing. Am I wrong?
No, not for him.
No, my ADD kicks in way too hardcore to go fishing. I get bored quick.
Actually, that's one of the few places it doesn't for me. I totally am at peace out on the water, no matter if it's a river, stream, or whatever. But yeah, y'all go check out Operation Tackle Box. They help veterans get in touch with the VA, help with VA claims. A very good organization. I'm very glad to yeah, and I'm not saying I'm fussing about it or anything like that. I'm glad to do it. I'm glad to put it out there because it does mean so much to me, because it means so much to Brother Turtle. And I will always, every episode, bring up Operation Tackle Box.
Thank you, brother.
You're very welcome. I have a lot of friends who are veterans. I didn't serve in the military myself. I did it in law enforcement. I think that's probably, if I had one regret in life, was not joining the military. I think it's probably the only thing that I look back and all the stupid mistakes I made was me not joining the military. But nothing I can do about that now.
You can go join the state militia. Be one of those guys. I served.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
fuck you didn't.
But the thing is, I get asked that question all the time. I guess is how I carry myself. I get asked that question.
Oh yeah, if you're prior service.
Yeah. And I always tell them, no, man, I was law enforcement. And then I always, even for military veterans, they stick their hand out. Thank you for your service. I was like, man, thank you, man. So it's humbling.
Yep.
To be honest with you. But like I said, I think it's just how I carry myself or whatever, that I get that question a lot. Anyway, well, fellas, we're 2 hours deep into this, and I guess we're going to call it here. Dan, Flapper, thank you for joining us again, man.
Thanks for having me.
Next week, we will be covering one of my favorite artists, Bob Seger. We'll be covering a music artist this time, Bob Seger, and his influence on me and life and history of him. I did a little bit of research. We changed up a little bit just because I got inspired and really wanted to do the monthly movie review here at the end of the month, like I like to do it. But last week was supposed to be Bob Seger. Got COVID, got the Rona. Which this time I could smell everything. I had my smell and I had my taste. I don't know. Doc said I had it. I was like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Cool. What can we do to stop this feeling? Don't care what it is. Let's stop it. I don't need the name.
Yeah. I said, okay, whatever. But, dude, I felt like trash. I felt rough.
Did you feel like you looked?
No.
Yeah,
Covered in oil?
Feeling pretty damn good then.
I felt worse.
Oh, God. So you did die.
No, just a beautiful loser.
Yeah.
And I sense the smell was like a rock.
Nice. Nice pull. Golf clap.
Another good movie.
Yep. So until next go around, anybody got anything else? Dad jokes? Nothing? Anything?
Nope.
I see you reaching for it already.
What's a cow's favorite activity?
What's a what?
Playing
cow-
Crew 2 on PlayStation 4.
What's a cow's favorite activity?
Divorcing me and taking all my money.
No, going to the movies.
No, I think my answer was more accurate.
Both of you had good answers.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good answer. I was just thinking mine's more accurate. Because that cow took everything.
Well, he said dad jokes, so,
Oh gosh. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for listening. If you can, and I should have said this at the top, but I'll say this now. Click if you still want to. Click like.
You haven't been deterred from us already.
It clicks on the like or it gets the hose again.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say it like that. That's a little too sweet.
Click
Well,
like.
you don't get your
share this video.
supplies.
Share this video to everyone that you know. It helps us in the algorithm. So clicking like helps us, but clicking sharing it to your feeds and people that you know. I might click it or I'll get a ticket. Yep. Click like, click subscribe. For those who you are listening, if you're on Spotify, go into give us a 5-star rating and review, please. It sure helps us out. Go into your settings, click auto download. That way it helps us out as well. That does really help us tremendously. I don't have any shout outs this week. I actually started doing little live videos, little shorts or whatever for music history, automotive history. I didn't have any that I thought was worth anything, but we will see. Next week is Bob Seger. I hope to see y'all there. I hope y'all will listen. And I hope to see y'all next week in the chats. Maybe we'll move this back to Sundays. Maybe Sundays were better for everybody. Yeah, okay. We'll go back to Sunday starting next week, which I will be in the original Forever Road podcast studio next week.
What?
Well, listen, for us rambling, gambling men, sometimes Saturday works better. But hey, if you do the good thing and you do all the stuff that Bosco just talked about, we'll make sure that you get your basket full of supplies of Auto Trader, so that way you can see that the man with the gas pedal, the footprint gas pedal, is just charging way too much.
Charging way too much. We should cover that movie next month. Joe Dirt 1 and 2.
Mr. Joseph Dirte.
We'll put it to a vote. If you're listening and you got this far, let me know what movie you want to.
If they got this far, we know they're a glutton for punishment.
Automotive or music movie you want us to cover.
That's both.
Automotive music culture. It does have a pretty good soundtrack, just like this movie Convoy. All right. Well,
wait, there was more than one song in the movie Convoy?
Yeah.
I only ever heard the Convoy movie.
Actually,
or the Convoy
no,
song.
It's pretty much all one song. The whole movie is the song.
Is the song. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, there's more than just the one song?
Yeah, it's it. It's just different
the one
ways.
Song. That's the whole soundtrack.
Everything is the song, even the different instruments. That's all it is. It's one song.
Yep.
Oh, so I forgot to say this in the chat. Speaking about the movie, did you notice it? And we'll just end here. There was 2 different trucks using that movie. On the very last bridge scene, the truck was broken down. They had to push it across with a bulldozer. Also, there was several different sounds. If you know your diesels like I do, there's 4 or 5 different sounds for the truck noise. Chevy small block was one of them. Detroit diesel, which I picked up on in one scene, was used for the sound of the Black Mac truck. So there was a couple different engine sounds for the Mac.
Even though it had a 6-cylinder turbo with a early version of an intercooler.
Yeah.
And a 10-speed.
And we will leave it right there. That's just one of the things that I picked up on when I was watching the movie. It's weird how when you watch a movie with headphones on late at night because you're awake and you can't, breathe and all that because of COVID, what you actually hear and pick up on.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't have it smell-o-vision on with COVID. Chrissy.
Especially with Pigpen. All right, everybody. As always, brothers and sisters, the road goes on forever. We will see y'all next week, Sunday at 6. We're going back Sundays at 6 o'clock. We're glad y'all are here. We're glad you're following. We're glad you like us and love us and all the things. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Live, here every week, unless somebody's sick. I will be in Mo Party here in about 2 weeks in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We'll record live from there. Me and Bubba will be there. Turtle will probably be at his house. But we will still do a live stream.
I'll be sick that day.
No,
I might show up. You never know.
No, because I'm gonna be mad at you. You're gonna be at Mo Party, and I'm not.
Well, I didn't say you couldn't come.
No, I said I couldn't come. Well, I didn't say I couldn't come. My bank account said I couldn't come.
I'm gonna get paid to go do it. I'm gonna get a load going right by there.
Just gather up $75, jump
I
in
can
my
definitely
truck.
drop off a load there.
Yes, but listen, El Duce is not widely accepted. Doesn't pay very well.
What's the name of every man has a name for his truck? What do you name yours?
Susie.
Susie. Okay.
Yep. Because if it's doing good, Susie Q. If it's just being a pain in my ass, it's shitbox Susie.
Marines boy said to the meetup. Yeah. No, I'm going to Bowling Green, Kentucky for Holly's Mo Party. I've missed it for the past several years, and I'm not missing
He's going to
it.
drool on Daisy Duke while he's there. Don't let him lie.
Oh, have you seen her? No, I'm not.
That's like saying Stevie Nicks is still hot. Come on now.
What you mean? Never mind.
Yeah, but her butt's going to probably look good in them Daisy Dukes still. So, just saying.
It won't be in the Daisy Dukes. It'll be hanging out of it. Anyway.
Stephen Nicks was never hot.
Baking powder.
All right. Till next go round. Love y'all. Peace.